Canada's London Drugs suffers a massive cyber attack. Is your data safe? Hey, since you're here, if you don't mind, click the subscribe button to subscribe to the channel, and be sure to click the like button and share this story by clicking the share button. On Sunday, April the 21st of 2024, Canada's pharmaceutical giant London Drugs discovered that hackers had infiltrated their internal corporate network, possibly impacting the privacy, confidentiality, and data of millions of their pharmaceutical services customers. While London Drugs has yet to provide further details, hackers could potentially have access to prescription information, medical conditions, allergy information, vaccination records, lab results, customer information including names, addresses, phone numbers, date of birth, and email addresses, purchase history, loyalty program data, and insurance information. And that's not to mention that identification documents, including passports, driver's licenses, provincial medical identification cards, and social insurance numbers, along with credit card numbers, bank transfer data, debit cards, and other financial and transactional data may have been exposed and collected by hacker groups around the world. As a safety measure, the company immediately closed all their stores and shut down their customer service phone lines throughout British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba. And as of today, May 4th, 2024, all of their stores remain closed while the company works with cybersecurity professionals to secure and restore their networks. Now, I'm not a security expert, and this story isn't meant to be taken as security advice. However, I do strongly believe in everyone's right to privacy, and this story shows just how important it is to diligently protect your privacy, even when dealing with established businesses that you trust. If you're a small to medium business, talk to a qualified security professional for advice. The full impact of the cyber attack on London Drugs is still unfolding. While the company initially assured customers that no personal information was compromised, they later acknowledged the need to review billions of lines of data, leaving the possibility of a breach open. The forced closure of all stores across Western Canada has undoubtedly resulted in lost revenue and will continue to have a significant negative impact on the company. The financial blow to London Drugs from this cyber attack is going to be substantial. With over 80 stores closed across Western Canada, the company is missing out on a significant chunk of daily revenue. Pinpointing an exact amount is difficult. Estimates suggest anywhere from $50,000 to $100,000 per store every day, or an ongoing daily loss of $4 to $8 million. On top of the lost revenue, London Drugs faces a wave of additional expenses. Regaining consumer trust after a potentially major and massive data breach can be a long and costly process. The company will most likely be forced to offer credit monitoring services to affected customers. Investigating the attack, responding to potential lawsuits, and complying with regulations can all incur significant legal fees. Hiring cybersecurity specialists to pinpoint the attack's origin, assess the damage, and improve security measures adds yet another layer of cost. And fortifying their network with stronger security protocols, software, and hardware will also require significant investment. While London Drugs hasn't specifically confirmed the exact cause of the attack, some security experts believe a lack of multi-factor authentication, MFA, might have played an important role. This incident highlights a troubling trend, a significant rise in cyber attacks by sophisticated hacking groups. According to a recent Tech Radar article, government-backed and financially motivated hackers around the world are increasingly targeting routers with weak security settings. These weak spots can act like a backdoor into a company's entire network. The article goes on to mention two specific groups: Apt28, a Russian state-sponsored group known for cyber espionage, and the Canadian Pharmacy Gang, a financially motivated group targeting pharmaceutical services companies. These hackers are creating hidden pathways with unrestricted access to a company's network. They plant malicious software or malware to steal valuable data, including detailed customer information. Here's the big problem. Our personal information is constantly being collected by companies, governments, and even other individuals. Every time you browse online, shop for something, or allow your phone to track your location, your digital footprint grows a little bit bigger. This vast amount of data creates a potential for misuse. Stolen personal details can be used by criminals to steal your identity, open fake accounts, or commit fraud. Some businesses use collected information to bombard you with highly targeted advertising, potentially influencing your decisions in ways you may not even be aware of. There's also the concern of social discrimination, where, as we've seen and even reported on recently, governments or other organizations are using your private confidential data to unfairly target you based on your beliefs, activities, or who you even associate with. The recent London drugs attack is a real-world example of the risks associated with these types of data breaches. Even if no consumer information was stolen, which is still being investigated, by the way, the fact that hackers were able to break into their systems raises some serious questions. What kind of data might have been exposed? Could this data be used for future identity theft or targeted attacks? This highlights the potential disconnect between younger generations who may readily share information online for convenience and those older generations who understand the potential consequences of sharing such data. The London drugs case is a stark reminder that sharing personal information online or in store isn't always harmless or without major risks. A data breach can have severe and long-lasting repercussions, so it's important to take steps to protect your privacy. And these data breaches aren't just a concern for large corporations anymore. Smaller businesses, referred to as SMBs, are increasingly targeted by hackers because their security measures are more likely to be less robust, if not totally non-existent. Regulations like GDPR and CCPA are placing stricter rules on how businesses can collect, use, and store consumer information. Failure to follow these regulations can result in hefty fines. A data breach can also shatter an SMB's reputation. If customers lose trust in a business's ability to safeguard their personal information, they may just take their business elsewhere, devastating the business's survival. Keeping small or medium-sized businesses safe and protecting individual consumer privacy requires a multi-pronged approach. Multi-factor authentication is essential. MFA requires an extra layer of security by requiring a second verification step, like a code sent to your phone, on top of just a password. This makes it much harder for hackers to breach systems, even if they've managed to steal a login credential. Regular security audits are also crucial. Audits help identify weak spots in IT infrastructures before hackers can find them. And another important step is training employees to recognize phishing attempts and other social engineering tricks cybercriminals use. By educating staff on these tactics, businesses create a human firewall of sorts that can help prevent attackers from gaining a foothold into a network, or more importantly, even helping to alert IT staff of a pending attack. Going beyond the basic security measures, there are additional steps SMBs can take to truly fortify their data security and protect consumer privacy. Businesses should focus on data minimization. That means collecting only the customer information absolutely necessary to run the business and provide the promised services. There's really no reason to store extra data that creates a bigger target for hackers. Businesses should also consider implementing access controls, restricting access of personal information to only those employees who need it for their specific and immediate job duties. Furthermore, establish a clear policy for securely disposing of customer data once it's no longer required. Shredding physical documents and securely erasing electronic data are essential steps. Strong passwords are another line of defense. Enforcing strong password policies for all employee accounts and require regular updates to keep passwords from becoming stale or vulnerable are important. Keeping operational software up to date is equally important. The latest security patches should be applied as soon as they become available to address any known weaknesses in your systems. Businesses also need to become more transparent with their customers. They should clearly outline their data collection policies and inform consumers of their privacy rights. This builds trust and demonstrates the business's commitment to protecting consumer information. Physical security is another important consideration. Businesses should lock up access to data storage devices and servers to prevent unauthorized physical access. Finally, businesses who handle consumer data should be required to use data encryption. Encrypting data scrambles it, making it unreadable to anyone without the decryption key. Data at rest encryption secures data that is stored on a device like a hard drive, server, or a backup media. The data remains encrypted until it's needed, and then it's decrypted only for temporary access. End-to-end encryption scrambles data while it's being transmitted, making it unreadable to anyone who doesn't have the decryption key. These are powerful tools for protecting private and confidential data, especially when it's being transmitted over in-house or private networks or the internet. Our personal information is constantly being collected. Safeguarding privacy is more important now than ever before. Privacy is a fundamental basic human right, and it needs to be protected. It acts as a shield, protecting you from exploitation, theft, discrimination, and manipulative tactics. As the amount of data collected grows, so does the potential for misuse. The recent London drugs incident serves as a stark reminder of the potentially dangerous risks associated with data breaches. By understanding the importance of privacy and the potential consequences of sharing such information, both in-store and online, we're empowered to make informed choices about our digital footprints. Can I ask you to lend a hand? If you like this video and feel it offered good information, please subscribe to the channel by clicking the subscribe button down below. And while you're there, click the like button and then click the share button to share this video story. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to sharing the next story soon.